an international student in the UK who is looking for work experience. And do you want to know the types of jobs that you can do legally whilst you're studying in the UK as an international student? If you're such a student or the parent of such a student, you need to watch this video because I show you what you need to do to get to work legally in the UK as an international student. Hi, I'm Bumiade Keye from The Smart Kid. I show students and young graduates the steps they need to take to have a successful career in the United Kingdom. I also work with parents of such students because I have found out that the student-parent partnership is the best way to achieve great success. I am a mother myself. I've got two sons who are in their 20s, they're young graduates, and they've been blessed to get graduate jobs when they finished from university here in the UK. Now, I personally worked in one of the big four consulting firms in the city of London. And when I was a consultant in that firm, I was involved in the graduate recruitment, internship interviews. And so I know the questions that are asked of students when they want to get graduate jobs. I really believe in starting early. I start from as early as age 14. They do say that the early bird catches the worm. And that saying is so true when it comes to your career as a young person. The earlier you know what to do, the earlier you start, the better. Look, if you're the parent of an international student, probably you've sent your child to the UK from when they started their A-levels. They've done year 12, year 13, and maybe 3 years of a degree, sometimes 4. If your child is going to spend about 5 or 6 years in the UK, you probably would have invested about 120,000 or even much more in that education. If you want to get good returns on that investment, you need to watch this video. If you want to get returns on your investment in your child, you need to subscribe to this channel because I share a lot of information, and you watching those videos will really help you to support your child better. If you want to succeed in your academics, not just in school, not just as getting a great degree, but actually post-degree, getting a great career, then there are a number of things that you need to be doing right now. And in a previous webinar, I have covered what those things are. If you look at the video up there, it's a replay of that webinar. Watching that replay, you will see the things that you can be doing or you should be doing as a student to ensure success after university, success after your degree. In today's video, we're looking at one of those elements, which is experience, and I'm just covering a bit of the kinds of jobs you can do as a student that will help boost your work experience and boost your CV. So first, let's talk about what you can do and what you cannot do work-wise. It's very important that you understand that. If you're a student, you will have a Tier 4 visa. Now, with a Tier 4 visa, if you're studying at degree level, you're allowed to work up to 20 hours during term time, okay? In the holidays, you can work as many hours as you like. And if you are studying at A levels, that's below degree level, you can work up to 10 hours during term time. And in the holidays, you can work as many hours as you like. So in the first instance, it's important that you know that there is a peg on the number of hours you can do during term time. Now, most A-level students will not even bother to work. Most of the A-level students will be in boarding school and therefore will not be working during term time. However, during the holidays, you can start to build your profile, start to boost your CV. As for undergraduates, you can work during term time and you can work during the holidays. What we want to cover today is the types of jobs that you can do, whether it is term time or holiday time, the types of jobs that you can have in the UK. Now, the majority of the jobs that I'm going to talk about today are what we will call minimum wage jobs. But a lot of people will think, oh, why bother with that? Well, I would explain why you need to bother. If you do not want to come out from university or from your A levels with a CV that's completely empty, then you need work experience. And that doesn't necessarily have to be in like the top jobs in all the time. You definitely need to get some top jobs if you can, but if you don't get the top jobs, it should not be the end of the world. You should be able to get some other jobs where you are building skills. The first and most important thing is that you need to build skills. And then as you continue to build skills, those will get you into the top jobs. But without any skills whatsoever, it becomes a lot more difficult. Now, when you have a tier 4 visa, you're not allowed to be a freelancer, so you cannot be self-employed. So these jobs that we're talking about in the UK are jobs where you are in employment. It could be part-time, it could be full-time. Obviously, during term time, it can only be part-time because you're restricted to 20 hours or 10 hours, depending on the level that you're at. But as I mentioned before, the typical jobs you will get could be minimum wage jobs, but they're not the only jobs you will get. You wait till the end of this video, you will see other opportunities other than the minimum wage jobs. But just so you know what the minimum wage is, if you're aged 16 to 17, which is typically the age for those who are in A levels, you'll be earning £4.62 an hour. That's the current rate for minimum wage. If you are aged 18 to 20, it is £6.56 per hour. And if you're aged 21 to 22, the rate is £8.36 per hour. So that is the minimum wage rate. Now, a lot of these jobs I'm talking about are what we call minimum wage jobs, but a lot of places actually pay you more than the minimum wage. So they're not always all going to be minimum wage. So I'm going to mention 10 types of jobs that you can do as a student. Number one, this is probably one of the commonest ones, is where people work in retail. So here you'll be working in places like Tesco's, like Asda, like Lidl, like Aldi. So you're working in the shops. It's not only groceries, retail also covers shops like the fashion shops, like Next, like H&M. So those kinds of jobs you can get very easily as a student. Number two, the food industry. So that includes places like the restaurants where people have sit-down meals, as well as places like drive-through McDonald's, drive-through Costa Coffee. All of those students are very popular with students, and you can easily get jobs in those ones. Number three, we're looking at events. So you could be a host or a hostess at an event. So think about things like the Wimbledon tennis, think about things like the football matches. They have people that are ushering people to their seats. They have people that are serving food during the intervals where people want to buy food. So that is also a very popular choice for students. So that's number three. Number four, care work. There is such a demand for people who want to work in the care industry. So here you're looking after elderly people, vulnerable people, people with learning difficulties, young people with special needs, all of that. They need people to do that work, and they're forever looking for people for those jobs. Number five, Amazon calls them sortation operatives. Great name, but effectively you're working in the warehouse. So places like Amazon that need to fulfill so many orders are looking for people to work in the warehouse to help sort out things, to sort out the packages, so that the people who have ordered are getting what they ordered on time, and they're getting the right thing in the package. So we're halfway through. But stay with me. I need you to get to number 10. It's not every job that I'm going to talk about that is a minimum wage job, okay? So for number 6, nannies. You could work with a nanny agency and be a nanny helping people to take care of their young children. Number 7, delivery. So if you're able to drive a car or you're able to ride a bike, you're able to get jobs in this. So places like Uber Eats, Deliveroo, they're forever looking for people to deliver the food for people that have ordered food online. If you could drive, it also means you could probably even do an Amazon delivery role where you have to go and deliver the packages to the people who've ordered from them online. Okay, so that's number 7. Number 8, car wash. You could be washing cars. You could work in a car wash place and it's low-level minimum wage job, but in the summer, people are always taking their cars to such places. It's another place where you could be working. Number 9, you could work in your university. You could speak to your lecturers, speak to the admin staff, find out what jobs there are that you can actually take up as a student. In fact, as an international student, you could become the international student ambassador and you get paid for it. So that also exposes you to a lot of people. Now, before I get to number 10, I just want to talk about all those jobs that I've mentioned from numbers 1 to 9. I bet you're thinking, why would I bother to do those kind of jobs? I promise you that by doing those jobs, you will be building skills. You'll be building interpersonal skills. You'll be building communication skills. You'll be learning how to organize yourself. So in as much as those jobs do not boost your career per se, they're actually helping you to build skills. And you can actually write those on your CV and demonstrate how you have built skills by doing those jobs. You're better off doing those jobs than doing nothing and just sitting, studying, and doing nothing else. Now, definitely, you don't want those to be the only jobs on your CV. If you want great jobs to be on your CV, then you can visit our opportunities page at the Smart Kid. So if you look in the description, you will find a link to the best opportunities in the UK. Click on that link. You will see the opportunities we have there today. But if you want to be someone that gets the opportunities as we publish them each week, you can subscribe to the website and you'll find a link to subscribe when you get to the website. Subscribe, and every week you'll be kept informed of the best opportunities that there are in the UK. Now, I must say this. Those kinds of jobs are very competitive and I would like you to get them. But don't be so proud as to say, if it's not that type of job, I'm not doing it. No. The odd jobs, or what we call the odd jobs, the ones I've listed, numbers 1 to 8, you should still do. Everybody benefits from doing something or the other. As long as you're building skills, improving your communication skills, improving your problem solving, improving your interpersonal skills, it's going to do you a world of good. So in summary, those are the 10 types of jobs that you can get in the UK. As I said, on our website, you can find internships, work experience, inside days, a lot of things you can find. Virtual work experience, you can also find on our website. So today we've covered 10 types of jobs that you can get as a student in the UK. But there's a lot more that you should be doing to boost your chances of success when you finish from university. If indeed you're a student here in the UK and you're having the dream and the hope of actually staying in the UK and working legally and getting a good career in the UK when you finish your degree, then there's a lot more that you need to be doing. If you look at the webinar, so I've put that up there again. If you watch the replay of that webinar, you will see the other ingredients that need to come into play when you want to be successful as a student in the UK, not just as a student, but after you've graduated from the UK. So that's it for me from today. If you want more information, go to the description. You will see there are lots of links I've got in there. I've also got a free CV checklist. Yeah, so you can use that checklist to assess your CV and see what else you need to be doing to make your CV improve. I hope you found today's tips useful. If you want to continue to find out more, please subscribe to our channel. Also, if you've got any comments or questions about your career in the UK, please post them and I will definitely respond to you. So post your comments, post your questions, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you'll be seeing my next video very soon. I wish you the very best, even as you build your profile, your career in the UK. I'm praying that you get the results that you deserve, that you would actually do well in your results and not just end it with your degree, getting a good grade, but actually getting a good job, kicking off a great career in the UK. All the best with that and see you in my next video. Bye for now.